friendship. I
In Dungeons and Dragons, what you do is to create a fantasized universe of the mind in which expediency to achieve your goal is more important than any kind of moral frame of reference to your actions.
So we have a wizard now teaching the children of his magical studies.
That's kind of far out.
Mazes and monsters is a far-out game. Swords, poison, spells, battles, maiming, killing.
Hey, it's all imagination.
Is it?
This is the Heroes Era.
Welcome to the Heroes Era. I'm your Dungeon Master, Ben, and we are playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons. This is session 9 of our 4th campaign together, and joining me, we have Bodhi as Durian.
Lost orc, living another day to find his family.
Chris as Scuzz.
Just the friendly little goblin fella here building a couple little things. Some of them blow up. Most of them blow. It all blows up.
Joel as Cyrus.
There, Forge Master, and you're friendly, and you're trusty friend.
And Jason as Desperado.
Yeah, just the nimble elven paladin.
And tonight we are telling a story, but we do not yet know how it will go. The players, the Dungeon Master, the dice, all of these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era.
Beep, 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 beep.
Please like our video, subscribe to our channel. We play live on YouTube on Monday nights. It looks like we play at 7 now, 7 Pacific. We'll see what happens. Just be ready when we go live. Just be there.
We need to get Joel a Nissan Leaf.
Yeah, get him a Nissan Leaf.
You can also find our
Sorry.
catalog of past
Not
games
sponsored.
on YouTube at the Heroes Era. And our content does include descriptions of graphic violence and moderate language, so please be advised of that. And Bodhi, will you please take us through your notes from last session?
I read this in the pregame so I could give up a good summary. I'm just going to read it as well as I can. So where we started is we ended, we were at the bar of the actual tavern. We had a whole bunch of issues getting in, but we got there. And when we start, Polly was leaving to go to the tide pool of the tavern, which is where the fighting is held, to go supervise some fights. And essentially blew off PJ for the deal until later. And so while he was gone, Durian, who I play, suggested to PJ, just out of sheer curiosity, to see if he would do anything to, see if he might as well try and steal the sword that was being offered up during the deal, and so he doesn't have to pay any money for it. And PJ was like, "That's a good idea. I want to do that now and save some money and get this thing I was told to go get. Can you help me?" And I told him, "No, but I'll ask people if they want to." So I went over to my little goblin friend and I said, "Do you want to help steal something?" And he said, "Yeah, I want to steal something." And then they went to go and try and steal something. There was Polly's room, which had a little sign over it that says, "Don't go in here," or "Do not touch, do not enter." And while PJ was making a distraction at the bar, Scuzz snuck his way on over, terribly and was caught almost immediately, and then tried to lie his way out of it. And it didn't seem that the barkeep believed him very much and told him to buzz off. And so we said, all right, fine. We got some drinks. I told PJ, sorry, we tried. And we went to go watch the fights that were going on. We entered this little tide pool area. It's a big, big spacious place. There's it's like waterlogged almost. There's this, there's like a good bit of water going up to your ankles. It was like swelling and going around. And there was this, like a full-on orc, whose name was Dreg, who was beating this lithe human man quite viciously in the battle, and won. And he was cheered, money was passed hands, and everyone was celebrating or lamenting their losses in the betting, and they all dispersed. I go up ahead and saddle up next to him, and I try talking to him about what this place is, and, and if there's any, like, rooms that we haven't seen so far, where fighters come from, where they go afterwards, if he knew anything about Kevin. And he told me, like, a little bit, but we didn't gather much, just that he was here, like, the night before, and that he was, he disappeared afterwards. And, we talk to him, we say, nice meeting you, and then after our conversation with Dreg, a guard, presumably one that found the ones that were unconscious in the rooms prior to us getting in here, whispered in Polly's ear, and they both disappeared out of the fighting room, and then came back with more people and confronted the new people in the tavern that weren't there before, which is us four, and then PJ and his 4 mercenary guards. And he essentially told us, hey, come clean, or, make this right somehow. You're probably going to have to fight, or we're all going to jump you. And he's going to have his entire tavern full of pirate-looking people just, shank us in a circle like Julius Caesar and until we're dead on the floor. And so we kept quiet at first, trying to play it off as if it wasn't us, it was the other people. There's a lot of back and forth, and eventually we just said, okay, we'll fight. And Desperado stood up to the plate and said he'll fight one-on-one. And then Scuzz joined in as well to make it a 2v2. And Desperado, in a act of great diplomacy, swindled a kid out of his sword by saying, hey, if we win, you give us the sword too. And Polly was, even though we destroyed a stone golem, broke into this place, and battered a few of his guards pretty badly, said, yeah, I like that. Okay, yeah, sure. And he agreed to it. And he would have whoever lost pay half the price that he was selling it for as part of the deal, which was 100 gold. So, Desperado and Scuzz, they get into a fight with 2 very poor guards and take him out almost immediately in a fight. And then the sword was gifted to us, and PJ had to pay 100 gold to Polly. And then PJ immediately said, hey, I want to fight you guys. You swindled me out of that sword. And then Polly said, we don't have to do that to honor the deal. And so we didn't do it. We're not going to fight a child. What? Why would we? We won already. And we were all quite tired at this time, so we found a place to go settle down in the tavern. We paid Drake to watch over us in case PJ tried to murder us in our sleep, until Desperado at least woke up from his trance. And we had a nice little sleeping time in the water wheel room. We woke up. We talked with Polly a little bit about our situation, trying to find out where Kevin was at, what was going on here, and other information. And he told us essentially that Kevin came in here not of his own accord. Maybe he was charmed, or he was compelled by something. I don't remember if he was brought there by anybody in particular. There wasn't seem to be any descriptions that were said. And he was forced to fight. And then when he won, he was pushed through the teleportation circle that was underneath the rug in the beginning part of the tavern, and then sent to the Feywild to be a part of the hunt. And, Polly then describes his operation, which is he takes victorious fighters that are in his fighting ring. He offers them a spot in the hunt. He says it's lucrative. He doesn't kidnap them and force them to do it, which gave him a lot of points because it was voluntary. And he would get a kickback from that, and they wouldn't, be seen again, and he wouldn't have to worry about it. He offered us the same. He gave us the same offer if we wanted to go to the Feywild or not, and we told him Not right now, maybe later. And so we made somewhat of a deal to pay him some like 50 gold to go into his tavern after hours because it floods to try and get to the teleportation circle. But he said we couldn't be seen by any of his guards, so we'll figure that out later. He gave us the address that we would need for the use of teleportation circle, and we left on our way to go find a truffle cave because 2 of us are cursed, and that doesn't feel very good. He used his local knowledge of the area to go out and find the mouth of this cave using his survival skills he picked up throughout his life. We went in, and some really freaky truffles came skittering out around the corner with like spider legs. It's very scary and bad. And Scuzz, understandably so, just blasted them with ice, and we had a very short combat where 2 of the little truffles were killed, or little small ones, and a big one came out. But then Durian got spores by them and had a telepathic communication saying, "Please don't do this. Our colony is so small. Leave us alone. Leave us in peace." And I spent 2 inspirations talking to these truffles that were not a threat to not have them be eviscerated and killed. And it took a little intimidation to get them to back down. And we would have left with the truffles that we killed, but we needed to stay there for a full day with specialized tools to harvest what we needed. And in accordance with the deal with the truffle colony, we had to stay there and kill sea people that were coming at that night and get rid of their natural predators. And so we had a brief plan to set up a bunch of hunting traps, and then we ended the session. I hope that wasn't brief, but that was in detail, I think.
Yes, so you are all in this seaside cave, and the Trufflids have asked you to fend off this Sahuagin that should be coming this evening, they expect. They expect another raid. And so when we left off, you were making preparations for that event, for the fight to come. Do you guys have any specific preparations you'd like to make? You're in this dimly lit cavern. It's lit by glowing fungus, and there's the single stream or underground river that goes through the cave. You expect them to enter from the south.
Do we have a rough idea on how long we'll have until they show up? They said that night, and we just got done with resting at the tavern, so I assume it's somewhere in the morning.
Sorry about my dog. Yeah, you do expect that when nighttime comes, they will approach.
And as far as we know, I believe they're coming from the top corner.
No, the south, the bottom.
The bottom.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep thinking that, and you keep reminding me that that's this
okay.
here, where the river is. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
This second question I have, Scuzz.
Yeah.
Your turret blasted me, and it didn't hurt. I felt better afterwards. Is that gonna last forever?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah, sometimes it patch you up a little bit. Sometimes it busts up the other guy. It depends on what sort of setting I put it on.
Is this lasting, or is it gonna go away in a little bit?
No, it's up for a few minutes, I think. Okay, hang on, let me double check. Oh yeah, no, it lasts for an hour.
No.
So
I wish we knew Can you change that out easily, or?
No, I have to
take a
redo the
bit?
whole. I gotta redo the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to. I can only have one cannon up at a time. I only get one freebie per rest, and to do an additional one after that, I have to spend a spell slot to use it. So,
right,
it's not the end of the world, but I also don't have a huge amount of spell slots right now. So,
I mean, a spell slot to change it or to use it.
Oh, I would have if I wanted to change it, I'd have to spend the spell slot to change it, or if this one falls or runs out or expires, and then I want to get a new one, I have to do that.
Or if somebody decides to try and attack it or something.
Yeah, because I mean it's got a AC and hit points too, so
right on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna at least sit down against this wall. I'm a little hurt, so I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna start taking a short rest to get some health back. Using a hit die.
You'll be alright, Durian.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch my
some
chest.
dirt on it, you'll be fine.
It's just stone in here. I can't. I was hoping those temporary hit points would last longer, but they don't.
Are there any other preparations that you guys want to make before this evening, or things that you would like to do?
If we have time, I've got a thing I want to try.
Nice.
So if you remember, I still have my little piece of jewelry, my chain.
Nice.
And I want to see if I can use this to craft something for us, preparation for the attack.
What do you have in mind?
I was thinking if I can, I would like to make it into fashion it into some hunting traps.
Very good.
To provide some obstacles.
Okay.
Good idea.
What kind of traps would these be?
It would be something like if you will, imagine like a bear traps.
Ah.
That something we could hide, and as they step on it, spring and close on them.
Okay.
Try to slow them down.
And so you'll use your channel divinity to create these magically, essentially?
Yes.
Okay. Very cool.
It does have I have one in my pack, which I'll give Cyrus if he wants to try copying, or just to add it to the pile that we're going to be using.
I think even as a blacksmith, I'd probably have made these before.
I would imagine so.
By normal means, yeah.
Mine's probably not the greatest condition either, I would imagine.
Maybe Durian, while Cyrus is making these, you and I can maybe we can try and find something that would blend into the terrain but could hide them.
That's
maybe
good.
there's some. I'm not sure if we look around, Ben, if it's mossy, or what's sort of natural in this room, this cavern that we could use to cover the traps with.
Sure, I imagine so. And there might be debris as well that has drifted in and been pushed aside at the lower outlet.
Nice.
It's not a bad idea. I have a decent survival score.
Yeah, me too. Well, we could work on it if you want.
Yeah, sure. I'll go look around for some. I mean, I've used my trap before. It's not gone unused, so I'll try and find some. I'll find like some rocks, big and small, some dust. I'll take some of the sediment in the water, the river that's going by, and I'll place it next to the edge, and I'll just like sprinkle it on there, so it looks like it's been like someone coming out of the river would have spilt some onto the side as they're getting out.
Nice.
And try and hide them at least a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. You can make a survival check to try to disguise these.
Here, I'll help you with that, Durian, and I'll give you. I can give you guidance in this too.
All right. I'll take a little help.
We're both actually trained in this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The rare survival check.
There you go, bro.
Ooh, a flat 20.
Very good.
All right.
To your eye, these look well hidden along the shore, and I'm assuming that you're placing them along the shore of the southern.
Yeah. Makes the most sense for them to be. And is this pool to the side of the river? Is that like a deep pool, or is that just like a little bit of?
It's very shallow.
It's like a puddle.
Yes.
Okay, so they're not going to come out of there. All right, it's good enough. How many traps do we get to hide? How much can Cyrus make?
How does that work for you, Cyrus?
So I can make a couple of.
Like a GP value or something like that, isn't it? Sort of, Joel.
Non-magical items.
Metal, which they are.
power. So, total value of chain.
Okay, and so you can. It looks like you can make a non-magical item, like a singular piece of equipment, over the course of an hour. So,
Yeah.
And then you have other one, right?
If
But
you,
it's permanent, right? So once you have it forever.
yeah, what you could do, because it's only one per use, is that you could make a bunch of metal, and then you and Scuzz could try to assemble some.
I
You
wonder
can
if-
use-
I wonder if-
You could use mine as a kind of blueprint if you want.
I would say if I can only make one, could I make like a really badass one,
A big one.
like a 50 gold worth? Yeah.
so it should be on the equipment table, technically speaking. Do you have several uses of this that you wish to expend?
Well, I don't think I can. I only have the one chain. I don't know if I can parts of it. It would have to be value.
A chain has links, so you could, disassemble the chain if you want for that purpose.
If that's the case, I can only use it every 2 hours. I need an hour rest. Gain my
Okay.
penalty, and then I did hours.
Let's say as evening approaches, you've been able to make 3 of these.
Oh, nice,
And then
man.
just deduct the cost of those traps from the value of your gold chain. And I'm satisfied with that.
How much is a hunting trap?
don't
I
have to
wouldn't
finish,
imagine
you can just
much.
reference that if you
Yeah,
please.
I'm just looking at it. It doesn't actually have the price in the Roll20. It might be in. I've got the this one here. Can I look at this one, Joel? Ben?
Sure.
In the player's manual. Sorry.
Are there any
Oh, it is
other
pri-
preparations you guys want to take before evening comes?
Are there any are there like loose boulders and things in here? I wonder if there's anything we can do to gum up because they're coming out of this hole here. Oops. I wonder if we can just make the pathway coming out towards where we are. Like say if our mushroom friends kind of get back into the back of the tavern, and then if we're kind of sitting back, I mean, make them come to us, and if we can make the terrain difficult for them to traverse through.
Sure, absolutely.
These are like
even if, like, I know I can see that the water is fairly, like, the waterway goes quite a ways, but maybe we can even if there's a boulder or something we could put in the riverway so that they can't swim all
Dam
the
it
way
up.
in. They have to get out.
I'm sure we can go outside and find some rocks if we can't find any in here.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true.
You can do that.
Yeah, I might work on that.
Okay.
You take it
sounds
easy though, Durian. I'm okay for you to help me, but I don't want you exerting yourself. You know, you're already
It's
in a
fine.
bad spot, man. Well, no, we have to eel you.
I don't think it's exerting my. I lift quite a lot before it gets bad.
good. You did specify that you were going to take a short rest, so that will happen. And then,
That's true.
you guys are able to make your preparations over the course of the day. As evening approaches, Shograflees begins to leave. It becomes a bit chilly in this seaside cavern, and the trufflets emit their clouds of spores and tell you to be on your guard, be ready. They will be here soon.
Have traps.
And Desperado, do you make it known that you would like the trufflets to move to the back of the cavern?
I think so. Maybe I'll just at some point in that time, I would like to double check that there isn't another way in that we didn't notice, just in case that something could sneak in that way and surprise them.
This river flows from fresh water from inland, so the source of the water is from the north of the cave, and then it flows south and out to the Highland Sea.
And flows out here. So does it look like it's possible that they could?
It enters there from the north, and it flows
enters
through
from the
the
north.
cave to the south.
But they're expecting the Swagan to come in from the south end.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, something seems fishy that they could possibly come in from this direction. I don't know if it's
I mean, if you want to, you could you could stand on that mushroom and you'd be able to see both. In case something happens, you just shoot with a bow.
That's true. And I was thinking about perching somewhere high. Is this one here, Ben, is that higher than this blue one at the bottom?
Yes.
There's a yeah. So yeah, if I perched up here, then just in case, because I'm worried that something might try and sneak in the back door.
Okay, so you perch atop the large mushroom growing in the northern part of the cave. So you have a vantage point that allows you to see the entrance that you expect them to use, as well as where the fresh water comes from.
Right on. Yeah, that's my thinking. Yeah.
Okay, and you've moved
What's the
boulders in
range
the way
here?
of the river.
Lots of range. Yeah, like I think it looks like it's deep right there, and then it kind of gets shallow right around here. So that might be a good spot to basically gum up the river. Just making it hard so they can't really make it difficult if they wanted to swim all the way through.
And then 4 traps hidden quite well, where they would have to get out from the mouth of the
and then
for the entrance.
you guys can place your traps if you wanted to. I'm not sure if Ben wants you to mark the map or kind of where you think they would go.
Seems like there's just a
you
few.
Could mark the map with an X where you want your traps to be. I've placed a large boulder where I pictured you guys tried to dam up the river or the stream.
Yeah. For these ones, Ben, that are like half in the square, is that like viable placement or not at all? And it has to be at least have more than half of the land. Like for instance.
No, that's fine. You can place them on anywhere that you see land.
Okay. I'll place one right here. The bottom, and then just pretty much on equal sides.
Does that work for you, Cyrus? I saw you nod, but I don't hear you. That's okay.
Got it. Scuzz? Got anything?
What's that?
You got it? You got good? You got anything?
Oh yeah. I got it.
As you've been warned by the trufflets that the assault is impending, please place your tokens where you imagine your characters to be.
I think I would probably take more of a frontline position, so
Okay.
somewhere around there.
Okay.
Would it be harder to move from on top of a mushroom to the bottom? Well, like, will I have to spend any more movement to get from on top of one of these mushrooms that are next to the river than it would be just to be? I don't know what I'm asking.
Easily off of them.
Okay, I'll just.
So, do these mushrooms provide like any cover or block vision?
Sure, they have large, thick stalks in the center of them. Be at least a couple of feet wide.
I think I'll get behind a stalk then, at least.
Okay.
And I if I can, Ben, I'm not sure if I can really communicate with these things, but I might try and direct the ones at the top, but near where I am, if they can they want to try and hide underneath the one that I'm standing on.
Okay.
If just in case, I'm just skeptical that something's going to come in the back way there.
Sure. And they have opened their line of communication by filling the cavern with spores periodically. So I think that gives you guys a line of communication with them.
Cool.
I
feel good about this, guys.
If I spend an action to ready a javelin, will I be continuously hurt by my curse? By the strain of holding up a javelin? Oh,
yes.
All right.
What effect do your traps have? Just damage dealing and immobilize, probably? I mean...
It's the description I sent in the chat. It actually comes with something.
Thank you.
Missed
that.
It's a fixed... It steps on it, makes a dex save, or it takes a d4 of piercing damage and stops moving. And until it breaks free from the trap, it's limited by the chain, typically 3 feet long.
I see.
So it gets another square, and it makes a strength check to get out. Or something else can make a strength check to get it out.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if they fail, they take a piercing damage. So it's not like a lot, but it could just stop them.
Oh yeah,
a little bit.
So you guys prepare, and under the advice of the Trufflids, you're ready when you see the green head of the Sahuagin, scaly, with a green fin upon its back, swim through. They look to be throwing caution to the wind. They've already been to this cave and raided it successfully, making off with the valuable trufflids, or perhaps other fungus that were growing here for whatever purpose. You know that many of these can be used as magical components. And so as they enter, if you're trying to stay out of sight, please make a stealth check.
I will. Also, can I lobby for an additional... I think they see me no matter what, but...
Would it be okay if I use my guidance on this, Ben? Getting you prepared to hide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can the traps be a little bit more effective since I've hidden them really well?
I would expect that they might have disadvantage on their checks to avoid them.
Guys, I am invisible.
A paladin that can sneak? What is this?
It's a 27.
Okay. Desperado is hidden upon the top of the mushroom, and we have Scuzz and Cyrus just essentially just waiting for combat.
I think if anything, I'm trying to be a distraction. So if I see them coming, I'll start like banging my shield, making noise.
Okay. You see a couple of these creatures. They somewhat resemble people, but as fish. They swim through. Their heads poke out of the stream when they come upon the large boulder that is now barring their way. The boulder is, not enough to prevent water from flowing through, so the water levels are the same. But as they raise their heads, they look towards you, Cyrus. They notice you immediately and begin to move towards you. And so as these two creatures emerge from the water, I'll have them make their saves against the traps that you guys have hidden. And they're basically being forced to cover the ground where these traps are. So,
yeah, funneled towards me. Yeah, perfect.
It's a dex save of 13.
For the first creature, an 11. For the second, a 9. And they are quite well hidden. And the traps spring and snap shut over their feet.
You want one for both or one for each of damage?
One for each.
Okay, so first one's 2, the second one is 1.
Okay.
They get stopped.
The fish people shriek in agony as they are caught in your bear traps. Everybody please roll initiative.
Nice.
Just a reminder, Ben, they can make a strength check to try to get out.
Okay.
As an action. Oh my, what the?
Oh, what? I got a nat 1 on
that. Guys, we're literally ambushing them.
They've caught us flat-footed.
Where is my thing at?
The dice tell us their own story sometimes, guys.
I thought I was going to be the lowest one on the ladder, but not the case.
The dice giveth, and the dice taketh away.
Indeed, they do.
I like
if
to
Scuzz
think
can pull you guys
that
out here. There we go.
I like to think that Cyrus was waiting so long, he just started falling asleep.
Getting really bored.
Scuzz, you're able to act first. You see these fish creatures crawling out of the stream. They are caught in the bear traps, and yes, you can go ahead and act.
Okay. They are. I'll shoot.
They don't have any conditions like restrained or anything like that. They just stopped moving.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't specify, at least.
Just says their movement is 0.
So there's not like any like advantage on them or anything right now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. That's okay. Because you know what doesn't need advantage?
Your spells?
Magic
AoE?
missile, baby.
No.
Missile.
Magic missile. We'll just go ahead and throw 3 of them right into the face of the guy up front.
Ooh.
Why do I keep losing my character sheet? There it is. So... So that's a 2. That's a 2.
7.
And a 3. Rolled 2 1s and a 2 on that damage. So that's pretty awesome. I don't have...
Okay, so 7
that's
damage
all I
total
got.
to the Sahuagin.
Yep. And I'm just gonna 2 steps back. And we'll call it there.
Okay. As the Sahuagin continue to squirm with their legs caught, you see more of these fish folk swimming through, and one of them climbs atop the boulder.
Dirty rat.
Where's your big guy?
Is that one bigger than the others?
Batty.
Yes, it does seem more imposing.
I have my target.
And you see the fish creature look around, its thin, wet lips smack against each other, and a trident appears in the air. Sorry, I'm trying to pull that out, and that won't do.
Ooh.
Feeling my moves.
It appears next to Cyrus, and you know this spell well, a spiritual weapon. And it does spin in the air deftly and try to stab you. A 15.
That will miss.
And after the trident is manifest next to you, a flash of light envelops the Sahuagin priestess momentarily, and a bolt of light streaks out against you, Cyrus. A 13 to hit.
That will also miss.
Lucky bastard.
Another one of these creatures swims forward and climbs out of the river. I will make a dex save with disadvantage as it treads over where you have placed one of these traps. At 12.
It gets hurt.
And the trap springs shut, clamping around its foot.
For 3 damage.
Another trident appears, this one next to Scuzz, who is further down the cavern. Standing somewhat in the shallow stream. And the trident moves in to joust you, Scuzz. This is not a disadvantage, but a 7 will not do it.
Will not.
And similar to the other one, it's shrouded in a bright flash of light that streaks out towards you, Scuzz, for 13. Will not hit.
Also misses.
More of these creatures swim through and out of the river. And one of them approaches you, Cyrus, swiftly, charging you. And it leaps, trying to bite you first. This is not a disadvantage. 21 to hit.
21?
21.
21.
Ooh. That'll hit.
And you see that these, the lesser of these creatures also carry spears. And with its two-handed strike, it tries to jab its spear into you. With a 23,
that
it's
one,
a crit.
That one will definitely hit, yeah.
I'll deal damage for the bite. Was 3 damage. And now the
Is
spear.
Is this non-magical?
It is non-magical.
In that case, it's going to be reduced by 3 because of heavy armor raster.
Nice.
Okay. The crit, we max out the first dice, so that's 9 plus 2 is 11 damage.
Minus 3 again.
Okay.
So 11 minus 3 is 8.
And as the other fish creature climbs onto the shore, it heaves a spear through the air at you, Cyrus. With the 7.
That will not hit.
And it simply clings off of your armor and falls into the pool next to you. There's chattering between the fish people, and they seem to come to some kind of agreement, perhaps recognizing your strength or your endurance. And next is Durian.
Durian is, I believe, cut off from vision from these fish people, but just sees Cyrus just getting like pelted with magical effects, a spear or a trident that's in the air doing what Cyrus does to people. So that's bad. And then it's just getting spears chucked at him, and one that lands particularly bad is going to move around this mushroom and going to use his full movement to end up to right to the north of this of the one on top of the boulder.
Okay.
And as he's running around, he's going to go into a rage. As he's crossing the little river, he's going to do a little leap, and as he's leaping, just 2 little like ghostly specters of orcs appear. One is Dreg, and the other is Athena. But she's a half orc, but I think she counts. At the very least, because my pool to select from is very low. And as he's jumping over, he's going to try and swing into this priestess on top of the boulder. I'm using the Sword of Sharpness and with one hand and a shield in the other. And we're going to try and take off a head.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and give a good old swing. Flat 20.
20 will hit.
Alright, we got to put rage damage on because we're angry. Oh. Big weapon, hit hard. That's going to be 14 damage total. As I try to go for the head. I try to go for the neck. Because he's hurting my friend Cyrus. I say, stop, don't hurt him. And until my next turn, this creature will have disadvantage on everything but me.
Okay, the priestess howls in pain.
And that'll be my turn. Taking a little bit of damage as I do. Ouch.
I'm sorry, spiritual weapon is not concentration, is it?
Nope.
I don't think so. Which I find weird, but...
No, it's not.
That's how I remember it isn't.
After Durian is Desperado.
Not in 5e.
Do I see him from where I am, Ben? Can I get a shot at this the one that Durian is facing, or do I need to shoot? Do you think for a clear angle I need to shoot this priestess that's on the right of by the river?
I think you have a fair shot on either one that you prefer.
All right, I'll just kind of on one knee. I'll draw an arrow back and just kind of eye it up, and I'm hidden, so I can attack with advantage.
Okay.
It was a crit.
Yeah, so I will loose an arrow at the one in front of my friend Durian.
Don't hit me in the back of the head, please.
I will try not to. 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
Max this out. Not quite. 7 piercing damage.
And a deep green ichor pours from the Sahuagin as it's effectively bloodied.
And after I finish that shot, I'll take a stand up. I've got my bow in my right hand. I just kind of close my eyes and like put a hand up to the sky as I'm asking the lady that I follow to cast a blessing. And I kind of reach my hand towards where Scuzz is, and a flittering of these like long red like willow leaves kind of fall over him and then kind of dissipate as I give him a shield of faith.
Okay.
Yeah, your AC goes up by 2, Scuzz.
Nice.
Okay, after Desperado is Cyrus.
That one hurt. I'll give you that. But you're no threat to me. And I'm gonna turn towards the priestess as well, seeing that she's bloodied. And I'm gonna try to end this quickly. As I slam the Mace of Disruption against my shield, casting Toll the Dead. So if you would be so kind as to make a wisdom save.
A 4.
That will not succeed.
Okay.
And as she is hurt, this is going to be 1d12.
Funnest dice to roll.
Whoa.
8 damage.
Okay.
And then for my bonus action, because she's used my move, it's only fair that I use the same.
Okay.
So will a 16 hit?
A 16 will hit.
Or 4 force damage.
And you summon a spiritual hammer?
I do. Right over her head.
The spiritual weapon knocks her unconscious. She falls upon the stone and then slips into the water of the stream.
Is this on the priestess?
Yes.
Well
The
done, my
priestess
friend.
falls. After Cyrus is Scuzz.
Was gonna kill that priestess. Okay. So Scuzz is gonna use his full movement. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. You can get overshot 30. Get to right there. And as he rushes up to there, he's gonna kind of slide down into place. He's gonna pull the cylinder off of his back. Except as he slides it off, he's gonna open up a hatch in it, and he's gonna pour some black powder into it and close it back off. Then he's going to release his Eldritch Cannon in this square right here. And for his bonus action, his Eldritch Cannon is going to, on its little spindly legs, use its 15 feet of movement. Go 5, 10, 15 over to this little square right here.
To the side of the Sahuagin that has climbed onto the shore?
Yes.
On the
Yes,
east
right
of the
there.
cave? Okay.
Mm-hmm. And this time we are using, when I created this one, it is going to be a flamethrower.
Okay.
So I need, it's a 15-foot cone from there, so I think I can get all 4 of them in that.
Okay.
So I need dex saves from everybody.
If they're in the traps.
Small.
Yeah, I don't know if the
The
traps
other
affect
small.
dex saves or not.
They will not. And the third.
They do
Okay,
have like 3 feet of chain.
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
was gonna say they
work
have a
with.
lot of. Yeah, they can move, right?
Yeah, that's
you're
right.
Priestess.
Well, the 20 saves, obviously.
Okay.
The other ones all fail.
Wow, for 11 fire damage each.
11 fire damage each, and I think it's half damage on the failure.
Yeah, and half as much on a save.
Yep.
So what does this look for you? How does it look for you? How does it look? How does the effect manifest?
Yeah, like I said, he runs up and he adjusts the cannon, lets it loose. It crawls over into place. And then as it's like walking into that spot, there's like a real cartoonishy sort of fuse on the end of it that's just slowly burning down. And it's one of those things where it like fizzles out and there's a beat and you think it's a dud.
Cyrus, it's Gus. I don't think it worked.
And it's just this massive, like, obnoxious explosion. To the point of like you don't know if that's what was supposed to happen or if it just blew up.
And Scuzz just plays it off.
We're never sure if it did exactly what you meant it for it to do.
You never know
Right
if
on.
it does what I meant it to do. That's the point.
I think it worked. I'm not sure.
Hey, listen, you got the results, didn't you? All right, don't worry about it.
Yeah, you know what? You're right.
I think that was the good side, guys.
The priestess. I'm sorry. Is that the end of Scuzz's turn?
Yeah, it was movement action and bonus action to get all that done.
The priestess bends over, her scarred scales showing from her back. She tries to free herself from the trap, making a strength check.
13
11 is not enough to break free.
They take 1 point of damage from trying.
I like to think that it makes sense because like these things are meant for like bears.
Absolutely.
They're big.
They're savage, guys.
What? It's all I had. I used to hunt bears. I'm sorry. I'm hungry.
Its magical weapon flies after Scuzz. And the spiritual weapon attacks the trident, trying to skewer the goblin.
The spiritual weapon got that much movement?
20 or 30, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
Shield.
That's 20 feet of movement.
Oh wait, no.
Ooh.
I don't have any more spells. Oh wait, no, I get one free cast of shield. Yeah,
You also
shield.
have spiritual.
Okay.
Yeah.
The weapon actually flies towards Desperado.
Oh no, yeah, I've got
Try
the.
not to
yeah.
nitpick the rules while we're playing the game, though, guys. Okay, just as a safe reminder. So instead, to play fair, the trident flies towards Desperado with a 17.
Oh, that hits me because I don't have my shield up.
Ah, okay.
Yep. 4. Oh, it's making me bleed blood, guys.
It will deal 10 force damage.
That's a big hit.
Ooh. Oh, well, you guys have been taking hits for a while. I deserve one.
The other weapon does fly across the stream against Scuzz. With a 7, will not hit. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. This spiritual weapon is no more.
Ooh,
Because
she gone?
its caster is gone. My apologies.
No, I forgot.
Why it missed.
Actually, that's a good question, man, because it's non-concentration, right? But there's no caster to control it.
Is it just a room where they put?
Does it
all
just
the
hang
spiritual
around?
weapons?
Like, yeah.
I guess it does just kind of hang there, menacingly, but not doing anything.
It flies up at me and gets right in my face, but then does nothing.
I mean, technically, I guess that is what happens. The other Sahuagin, from their position,
I better.
they're in a lot of pain here. They try to free themselves as well. Here's a check for the top one. A 16, and he's able to break free. And for the bottom one, a 14.
Also gets free.
So these two on the left shore of the stream break free, and you see them quickly dive into the shallow stream and swim away out of the mouth of the cave from whence they came. And
run.
Seeing his allies flee, the one near
You better
at hand,
swim.
bloodied upon the shore, also moves to dive into the water. This will attack or provoke an attack of opportunity from Durian.
I'm kind of like spearfishing, I just go whoosh, and I try to get it as he goes.
Oh, jeez.
Would a 15 do it?
A 15 will hit.
All right, this guy's kablamoed for 10.
Wow.
As I just kind of go. Whoosh.
That's a solid hit. The Sahuagin seems to be on its last fins.
Wait, really?
Still alive. It dives into the water and swims out, leaving a trail of dark green ichor in its wake.
I think he deserves to live after that.
Scary when he's angry.
Yeah, you're in that one.
The one that is fighting against Cyrus backs away carefully, disengaging, and also dives into the river, fleeing the same way that its brethren did. So all that is left is the single priestess trapped by the bear trap. You guys have felled the other, and then their minions seem to have fled. Durian, you're up next.
Point blank range.
Durian is just gonna go. The trap is sprung, so if I were to, I don't think I would step on my own trap, even if it is disarmed.
That's fair. Oh.
So I mean, it's been sprung. We haven't armed it again.
The one where you're standing was not sprung.
Oh no, it hasn't gone off.
A single trap that hasn't gone off. You would know that approaching it, so I won't make you commit to that. You see, it's still covered, but there's so little space along the shore there. You'd have to step carefully and still make that save against the trap.
I think I will. It's a big deck save. I have danger sense. I know it's there. I would be able to maybe dodge.
I'll give you advantage on the save.
All right.
Don't worry, guys. This one hasn't been sprung yet.
My leg.
Hey.
All right, I get it.
14. Okay, you just cleared
Just enough.
Winning's winning, man.
I kick a little rock and it just goes off. I'm like, oh.
Okay.
Just stubs your toe.
I look up to the priestess that's stuck in the trap. I say, "You did that, didn't you?" And I'm gonna go swing my sword at him. How dare you! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna kill you. A flat 20.
20 will hit.
For another flat 10 damage as I try to go into his shoulder.
Okay, and this priestess is now bloodied and caught by the trap still.
I take a point of damage. And I look at it upset, and I move on with my life as I end my turn.
After Durian is Desperado.
Well, I'm staring down the face of this spiritual weapon. I'm going to take a few steps and try and... I'm pretty high up here, eh, Ben? Like, is it 5, 6, 10 feet?
Yeah, between that, like 7 or 8 feet, I'd reckon.
I'm going to do an acrobatics and try and jump down?
Yes.
Yeah, do that. Oh! Sorry, ignore the guidance. It's just a natural one.
Okay, you do hop off, but you'll fall prone. You won't take any damage. It's low enough.
Oh. Okay. I can use half my move to get up?
Yes. Yeah, you just fall awkwardly.
I'll get like about here.
Okay.
And then I think so half my move is I've moved 35, so I can move 15.
Okay.
I can't quite. So I'll move 15 feet. And in doing so, I'm gonna draw my rapier.
Okay.
15. Yeah. Trying to get close to my friends.
Okay. Fair enough. After Desperado is Cyrus.
Jeez. Well, you know what? It's worked out for me so far. So, first off, let's go with another Toll the Dead as I smash the Mace of Disruption into my shield once more.
Nice.
So if you could give me a wisdom save.
Oh, thank you. 4.
Would you believe me if I said that's not enough? So it's going to be, because it's been hurt already, this is going to be 1d12.
Okay.
Ooh,
wow. 10 damage.
The Sahuagin is badly injured and begins trying to beg off, waving its hands and pointing to the water.
Still up?
Yes.
With this one, I'm going to try to knock it unconscious.
Okay.
It's going to be another attack from my spiritual weapon. 17?
Hits.
Awesome. For another 4 damage.
And the hammer again cracks this priestess on the head, and the fish creature falls unconscious, slipping into the stream.
Still stuck in the trap.
Yeah.
That'll be the end of my turn.
It falls
Also,
unconscious.
my guys would see. I'm bloody from the strain of these actions.
Sure, the toll of the curse taking its effect. You guys are victorious. You dispatched the Sahuagin. These creatures swim incredibly swiftly. So if you were to try to give chase through the waters, it's unlikely that you would be able to catch them.
I thought about it.
Is that one there, guys? Is it still alive, or it is dead also?
I look down at my feet.
You see its gills fluttering. It's still alive.
Yeah, he's kind of halfway into the water, but they're fine.
Perhaps because what's to stop them from coming back once we leave, right?
Yeah.
Perhaps we need to make a bargain with them that they don't come back, because if we come back this way and notice that our new friends have been hurt, I will blame them and we will hunt them down and remove them from the land.
Ben, you said the other priestess slid into the water and was washed away.
They're both there in the stream. Yeah, I don't think the water moves swiftly enough to carry them away. They're just both present there.
Are they both unconscious,
Yes.
or is the other one dead?
Yeah,
Okay.
they both appear to be unconscious.
I'm gonna get the one that's stuck in the trap out of the trap.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bring both of them over. I'm going to bring both of them up north to where Desperado was on top of his mushroom.
Okay.
So that if they try to, if they wake up and they try to flee, they would have
a long way to go,
and we could probably take care of it.
All right.
And then
I want to loot.
Well, I'm just putting them there. You can search their.
I want to loot.
I don't know if they have pockets. You go for it.
I want to loot the corpse.
What are you gonna find in there? Sand dollars?
My friends,
Maybe. I don't know, man. You never know. You've had some weird things on some of these guys like this.
Is there a copper coin stuck in its gill?
Take a couple copper. Hey, you never know.
Do we know if we have any way of communicating with them?
The mushrooms might be able to do it. They did it with us.
This is true.
When they
could
spoke
do like a
to each other,
three-way?
it was a language that you did not understand.
Right.
Scuzz, you find that each of them has a nice-looking trident, the blades of which are gilded in gold. More of a spell-casting focus than a weapon that might be as effective. You suspect if you use it as a weapon, it might, be broken or dulled very easily.
It's also the spears that were chucked at Cyrus.
Yeah,
there's
see,
a few of those
these are
spears.
some nice looking tridents. I mean, maybe they're not great for like functional weapons, but I could break these down, take some of these pieces apart. Hey, Cyrus, you know how it goes, right? You melt down the gold
I
a
was
little
gonna
bit.
ask
We
that.
make a little something. We could do all kinds of sorts of stuff with this.
I was gonna ask that as a blacksmith, would I have an idea of like how much these would go for? Some kind of appraisal.
Sure. Maybe 30 gold each.
I'll let my friends know that.
Yeah, see. If
Cyrus,
anything else, we could sell them.
As I was sitting on top of that big mushroom over there, I got to thinking. I wonder, that trick you did where you turn metal into other metal. I wonder if you could make some sort of metal grate, and you could basically put one at the mouth of the cave there. Being a dwarf, I'm sure you would have a way of being able to work it into the stone and the rocks there. That would allow the water to pass, but make it difficult or impossible for these creatures to come again.
Would this be something that's possible with my skill, both in stonework and metal?
I think absolutely.
Because like I was saying before, we do what we did here today and we leave, and then they just come back when we're gone, right?
Yeah, no, we could. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I can help you. I can help you make that, Cyrus. We could.
If I have enough metal, right, of enough value, I think this is something that can be done. Do I have like a ballpark figure of how much this would cost?
Maybe 10 gold. or something like that, like a large metal grate.
Mm-hmm.
And then like wedge it into and maybe if it's, the ends are pointed in a way that you can like work it into the stone so that it's not coming out without a lot of work.
You could also
know that you'll need a bit of time to collect the truffleids as well. So you have some time. We
have time to kill.
We have time. Yeah.
I don't have 10 gold.
What we could do is you could take the
actually,
spears.
I do.
Oh,
I do.
You have
10
gold?
traps. I got 10 gold.
You have the traps?
Hold up. I still have the length of chain or what's left of it.
Sure.
I believe you said there were 3. We made 3 traps, right?
That's right.
So what's the value of the traps again, guys?
1,000 gold.
Like 15? I forget.
I think we said 15 gold.
Yeah.
Okay. So that still leaves about 35.
You can make 2.
So I want to layer this thing. I want to make this thing like secure.
Yeah. Wait.
Very good. Very good.
So extra thick steel if I can.
Sure. We owe it to the mushroom. We did kill a couple of their friends. I think we owe it to them, especially if they're going to help us heal you guys.
Okay.
As these bodies are out of the water, does it look like they're suffering? Like, do they need water to breathe? Are they suffocating right now?
You can make a nature check if you wish.
Because the thought comes to me, if they need to be in water and they can like go on land for like short periods of time, it may influence. Oh, I don't have anything to nature. This is just going to be a 5.
They don't seem to be struggling when you pull them out of the water.
We might need to make a door for this place too. We want to protect from like land people.
So while we're at it, I'm gonna cast second. I cast Spare the Dying on them.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure, they seem to stabilize. Still breathing calmly.
Just with the assumption that we're trying to make a deal with their people, so
okay.
More dead is probably not a good thing.
When they regain consciousness, what do you convey to them?
Maybe? Sorry, go ahead.
Is it possible to have the mushrooms try to do like a 3-way, like call, like a 3-way communication, so we can actually speak?
Yes,
that would probably help a lot.
The truffleids surround the group of you and release their spores so that you can communicate with the mushroom people, and then they can communicate with the Sahuagin, and vice versa.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, who wants to do peacekeeping talk?
Desperado, you already said your intention, right?
Wait, yeah, fair enough. Hey, I'm happy to. It wouldn't be from a point of intimidation. It'd be more of a matter of factually and just making it very plain that their lives would be in jeopardy. Should they return?
I mean, you probably put it better than I would. So
I'm gonna cast guidance on Silverado.
Oh, thanks, bro.
Silverado, he's here.
Yeah,
Desperado.
All good, bro. I guess, Ben, I would just want to translate that. As a measure of good faith, we've allowed them to live. We could have easily have allowed them to die. We're giving them a second chance, and they are to leave and not return and disturb this mushroom kingdom that we have just rescued. So, should we return and find them this cavern to be in disarray, or the mushrooms to be have been hurt in any way by these, we will assume that the Sahuagin are responsible, and we will hunt them down, and we will exterminate them so that they can't do that again.
Okay.
But they are free to go.
I will ask for an intimidation check with advantage, please.
Fair enough. And have guidance too.
Very nice.
This will be great. Please. So I don't need to use inspiration because I've already kind of got it. Let's see how it goes. I just got to turn the guidance on. What's that? 19. 30-19.
Sure. The fish people listen to the words that are, translated by the Trufflets, and they nod their heads in agreement. And when you say that they're free to go, they return to the river to swim out the way that they came in.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Great. And at that point, I'll take off my hat and try and look less intimidating to our friends.
Very good. With that, let's take a short break for 10 minutes. Grab snacks, drinks, whatever you guys want, and then we'll reconvene here in 10 minutes.
Got a bag of stale Twizzlers calling me upstairs. They get better. They're like wine. They get better, man.
Reynold is an above-average height dwarf who worked in a small village as a blacksmith and was very friendly with his neighbors, making friends with whoever he could find. Despite having a simple and fulfilling life, he still felt a bit empty, like something was missing, until one day out in a nearby forest he spotted a baby orc, scavenging off of a wolf's corpse trying to find something to eat. Reynold knew what he had to do and took this abandoned baby into his home and fed him, giving him shelter and clothing him. After an extended period of time, with no one seemingly coming after this child, Reynold adopted him and gave him a new name, Dismas Hook. Reynold spent all of his time with Dismas, teaching him his trade and learning the Orcish language and having a wonderful time, but not all was well. The other villagers that Reynold had known and befriended turned their backs on him and looked at the two of them with disgust. This family of two were treated as a disease, being mocked and insulted, refused service, or met with great resistance in day-to-day life, making Dismas's early life anything but normal. Once Dismas had grown and up and matured a bit, Reynold took him on a supply run to a nearby town to get away from all of the hostilities. But once on the outskirts of the village, they were ambushed by the more radical members of the community and battle occurred. The aftermath of this battle was bloody, and there were many casualties on both sides. The only one that lived that day was the once again lonely blacksmith. With an unmarked grave and a pack full of gear and memoirs, Reynold left behind his vile village and struck out in an attempt to find a reason in all the madness and hate that encountered him.
Only thing I remember from Final Fantasy is the beach and trying to talk to a turtle.
We're
And
back
bad
live.
graphics.
And you guys have, successfully fended off the Sahuagin assault, gaining the trust of the Trufflids, and they allow you to harvest the Trufflids that you've already destroyed. And, like I said, it does take quite a long time because of the amount of care that is needed for this. If you take, the entirety of the next day, you can successfully harvest a large amount of these Trufflid spores, the ones that are required for curing the curse.
And I think we did establish, at the end of the last game, that I have the correct tools and stuff to properly harvest them and everything, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll start working on that.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to, we have Cyrus, who is also setting to make a grate to prevent people from entering from the Highland Sea. Is there anything else that you guys want to do here while we go about that?
In the
Not
time
for me,
that
I think I'll just be kind of making sure everybody's safe and making sure nobody's trying to come back and mess with things.
Okay.
with the rare opportunity of a decent amount of free time and spores that seemingly expand across languages are spoken at the very least, Durian is going to pull out his very worn notebook that he carries with him, and he's going to crouch down next to some of the spores, and with some of the telepathic stuff still going on, he's going to flip towards some of his dad's writing, his old handwriting, and he's going to hold it up to a spore where he thinks a face would be, and is going to say, do you understand any of this? Does any of this make sense? Just hoping that maybe telepathy can go beyond bad handwriting and written language.
Nice. So you have this book that you can't read.
Oh no, no one can read this. I'm trying to find people that can.
Okay.
Our
I don't expect it to
does
work.
not extend to the written word, they say.
All right, I figured as much. Have you guys come across any orcs? People that look like me?
Just you.
I figured. Has anyone else been in here? Besides these sea people and us?
From time to time, they come to gather mushrooms and spores, but they never destroy enough to make an impact on our numbers.
Oh.
It has been many 10 days.
All right. I'm gonna go over to Desperado because he's the only person not doing anything. I'm just gonna lean against the wall next and be like, I don't suppose you can read this, and I hand him the book. I swear, if you can read this and I haven't asked you till now, I'm gonna freak out.
The shopping list.
I can try. I don't know. I can try.
It does
I
not
hand it
appear
to
to
you.
be a language that you know, Desperado.
Okay. I'm sorry, my friend. But I will help you to find someone that can.
I've been trying. I would have showed it to Dirk, but he didn't seem like the most book smart orc around the block.
I was say he was missing a few cards from his deck.
Hmm.
He was nice. He was a very nice guy.
Oh, okay. All right, just making sure.
That durian.
What?
What's that you got?
Oh, it's my dad's old notebook. He like didn't like he died, and so I'm trying to figure out what this means. I hold it up. It's like a small like pocket notebook, you know.
By any chance is it giant?
I don't know. I hand it over to you.
It doesn't appear to be a language that you can read, Cyrus.
Is it riddled with profanity?
I look through. Maybe.
Does it look like language?
It's a form of extremely orcish shorthand.
Because I only know common and goblin, so if it's riddled with profanity, it might be goblin. Hey, let me take a look.
I mean, I know goblin, but I'm not.
Oh well, then I don't. Then
no,
I don't
not
know
from. No, maybe you know more. I've picked up some. Maybe
it
you.
appears to be written in a language none of you understand. Durian seems suspicious that it is probably written in orc. That might be fair to assume.
I see like an orc word or two, but they don't mean anything, and it's barely readable. Like it's pretty. Like you have to squint and look. I don't know if it's because I'm dumb or anything, but it's hard to figure out. So I've been kind of, I figured maybe the spores thing would help, but it hasn't.
Now listen, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not dumb. It's just how do I put this in a nice way? Your father wasn't exactly a calligraphy artist, It's a little squiggly. My writing's not great either. It's okay.
It's quite possible it's only understandable by your father.
Yeah, it could be like a magical sort of thing or something.
It's his own shorthand that only he could decipher.
I mean, it's possible. I look at it again. I don't know. I was gonna like try and find enough money. I was gonna pay a wizard, and he was gonna like do some magic about it, but I didn't have any money, so I came here to go make money. But I don't know. We're around a lot of pretty magical stuff already, so I figured I could maybe find something. Have a really smart person look at it. I don't know, something like that.
I mean, Scud's already tried.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a genius, but
I look at this cannon that's barely held together. Yeah.
The day passes, and Cyrus, you're able to secure a grate, affix it to the stone entrance or exit of the stream, and nice. It doesn't seem like it would be easy to get past this. It would take somebody, rather powerful or use of some tools to remove it. And Scuzz is able to harvest the spores of the trufflids that are required to heal the curse.
Right.
I think we've overstayed our welcome, guys. Maybe if we're good, we might let our friends leave them to their mushroom kingdom.
Hopefully we don't have to come back here.
In the meantime, we'll take what I got here and we'll go make a soup.
Yay, soup!
You guys set off back to Riverside. And you know that Sokel will be able to help you with the remedy of the curse. The trip there is uneventful. You leave late in the afternoon, and you arrive just as dusk is falling upon the city. The ATK has taken up their positions as stewards and guards of the small outpost Riverside, small city here. And as you approach, they recognize you, they know of you, and they welcome you to the city.
Hey, guys, just keep your eyes peeled for DJ. I think he might still be holding a grudge against us. I'm expecting you to come across him again when we least expect it.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll be here in particular because I don't think he likes the ATK.
This is true. Yeah, good
or they
point.
don't like him. But I'm sure he'll come down somewhere along the road.
You return to Sokel, who is the cleric of Therazessa. She is also the one who set you on the mission to find out more about Commander Hawkins. And you return to her with the trufflet spores. This is exactly what I need to cure your ailment. Were you able to find out anything about Kevin?
Look around.
We're pretty sure he's in the he's in the Feywild. He was not. He was at the Tidepool Tavern but he was not there by the time we had got there.
So you were able to infiltrate the tavern?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is splendid.
That's a word.
And you think that you know where he might be?
Yes, he might not be alive, but we know where we could try and find him.
Yeah. Bali has a portal in the tavern, which they used to take to Brunakano Tower. They mentioned, and then from there they are escorted to the Feywild. So we suspect that was the path that Kevin was taken. They said he seemed not quite himself in that most people fight in the ring on their own will.
Volition.
Yeah. But he seemed to not fight in that way. Like he was what did they say? Fighting for his life or under some sort of control. Maybe he was charmed or something like that.
It did not seem like something Kevin would go and do on his own accord. Well, I thank you. That is valuable information. So Polly did have something to do with this. And then so do the Bugaisha, if it is true that they are sent to Buru Nakano Tower. Let me pay you for your troubles. And she takes a small coin purse and hands it to you, Desperado.
Oh, man, thank you.
You find that there's 60 gold pieces in there.
Oh, nice. I'll take 15 and give 15 to each of my friends.
Thank you.
We had not agreed on the price. I suppose that is enough then.
It is fine. Yeah, baby. I should say, it didn't seem like Paulie. I don't want to say he was, averse to Kevin fighting into rings and leaving, but it seems like he didn't have a choice in the matter. There was some other sort of coercion or something. It was beyond his control. He just merely took advantage of the opportunity that was there. I'm not sure if that helps, but I don't think he was
malicious.
Other than, yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly, Durian. Other than providing the means, I don't think he was actually involved in that decision making.
That is the danger of making a deal with Lady Jude or the Bugaisha. Both, I would not deal with willingly.
We also met this young wizard,
the kid.
sorcerer, and he's a troubled boy. What did he say his name was? Planter Jr., something like that. Planter.
Yeah, PJ for short.
Yeah.
Wait, PJ. And he kept mentioning his master, or I assumed it was his master, right, guys?
Like his apprentice or something.
Yeah. And he mentioned this guy Ideo. He sounded like he had some sort of control over this kid, not mind control, but just some sort of influence on him.
He looked up to the guy.
Yes. And they had some of these elves, not like me, elves from the north.
They sucked. They were not good guards.
Yes, and I suspect they wore crimson robes if they were with Hideo.
Yeah, they did. Yep.
Hideo is a powerful sorcerer. He is to be feared.
Oh.
And avoided.
So, hypothetically speaking, if we crossed this kid, Does that mean that he's gonna, like, maybe go after us?
Well,
Perhaps.
there is also the matter of but this boy. He was going to get Kevin's sword, Kevin Dawkins' family sword.
Oh.
And I take it. I'm taking. I show it off. I twirl it a little bit and I put it back.
And my friend Scuds and I managed to win the sword in ring.
In a battle, because we're undefeated.
Very nice.
I wish I could say the same, my friend Scuds. I am 1-1. If you, I guess as you might put it.
Well, what are you gonna do?
That sword might provide inspiration to the ATK, but should we use it for that end, or should we keep this a secret?
I think it might prove that he's like for sure gone, which might be a bigger blow than it is them knowing that it's back in their hands.
That's a good point.
Because from what it feels like, no one knows where he's at. It's kind of like a mystery. So with them knowing that he's captured, maybe dead in the Feywild, a place not easy to reach, under the control of a bad Fey queen, would that be good?
No, I suppose not. I guess it would not provide inspiration as I thought.
Plus,
so smart.
Right.
I mean, I don't know about the rest of the guys, but that guy, he begrudgingly helped me learn how to read, so I kind of do owe him a little bit. So we were planning on going and trying to find him, and I think it would be nice if he got his old sword back, if we ever did find him.
So you intend to seek Commander Hawkins. That is great news. He is the most reasonable ATK commander that I have dealt with. The rest of them are
I agree.
Well, for the most part.
His dad was cool, so.
Being an honorable man, I feel it's our duty to return his family heirloom to him, or in the event that we can't find him, to his family. I worry that if it were given to someone in the ATK, it would disappear among the ranks.
Yes. Yes, we should not mention it then. I would say
Plus
speak to nobody of this.
It's a pretty cool sword. You know, so we learned that it cuts really good, but also makes light. But I have to say something. Do you know what it was? You're just a random cleric, so I don't know.
I could send word to the Hawkins farm and ask them. I could perhaps send a snake and hope that the message is not intercepted, and perhaps send it as a riddle. Mrs. Hawkins is a powerful cleric, and I know her well.
Right. I had another idea about the sword. I wondered, from Ohm, I've seen where there are individuals that can use magic and trace an item that someone might own to find the owner. And I wondered if we might be able to use the sword to track down Kevin.
Would that magic work across the plains?
That is beyond me, unfortunately.
I would have to look up the magic that you speak of to be certain, but it might be limited by the plane that the caster is on, or that the item is on, if they've been separated in such a way. But I will look into it. I will read on this matter.
Okay.
Are we sticking around? Because
it's late. Give me a few hours to prepare this for you, and I will have your remedy before the middle of the night.
Right.
Maybe just keep that the sword wrapped up, Durian, for the time.
I go wrap it up in something that I got.
It was wrapped in like a cloth, and when we were given.
Yes.
If that helps, right? Yeah.
If you were to send a snake, would it be back by the time you're done, or is it? Or I don't know how the mail works. I haven't really interacted with it.
A snake from here to Hawkins Farm will take the better part of a day.
I don't know. I don't know if it's that important to know the word.
I could find out for you for the future.
That would be good if we ever come back.
Well, I
Or live that
certainly
long.
hope you do. Yes. Well, I'll get to work, and then you maybe plan your next steps. You must act swiftly if it is true that Commander Hawkins was taken to the Feywild for sport. As strong and strong-willed as he is, I don't know that he would last very long there. Certainly, if they were to make a game of him.
I believe, unless my friends have a preference, we talked about heading back to the Tide Pool Tavern and taking the portal.
Yeah.
There is a ritual I'd like to perform before we head over.
Absolutely.
All right. Sure.
I'll need some time to study my spells properly.
It's good. I think Durian and I need to refill our wineskins at Little John's anyway.
Yes, when I'm done, I'll bring the remedy to the Black Onyx.
All right.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
I mean, curing the curse is enough for me, honestly. Big up.
Yes, there seems to be plenty of the trufflets here. I'll bring you those that I don't need, and you could probably fetch a price from Athena at the apothecary for them.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go drink, like, pretty good. I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna walk off and go to the tavern.
Hey, wait for me. Let me come in with that.
I'll come with you. Yeah, wait.
And Cyrus, you said that you wanted to perform a ritual of sorts. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah. So, it requires a long rest, so I can switch out my spells.
Okay.
But I wanted to pick up augury.
Nice.
Okay. So I suspect then, that, you might head to bed early, or would you take part in the festivities at the tavern, and plan on doing this in the morning? It is coming to the evening now, as Shograflees is leaving the sky.
I think, being that this is a ritual that doesn't consume a spell slot, I would probably be able to do it in the morning without issue.
Okay. Well, the Black Onyx is busy, and there are many soldiers as well as townsfolk there. Little John celebrates your arrival and sends over free drinks for the group of you, and also offers some salted pork.
Ooh.
And
treat.
Little meat for me.
As you guys drink into the night, waiting for Sokel, she arrives later, close to midnight, with the remedy, and hands you each, Cyrus and Durian, a vial. You can see the spores of the trufflets floating around within it. Just drink that, and you should be better by morning.
All right.
It's not poison.
Does she look honest?
You have no reason to doubt her.
I'll drink it first, Cyrus, and I'll pop the cork and I'll drink spores, which sounds horrific.
It tastes
and
earthy and not very appetizing, but yeah.
I'll chase it with some pork and ale.
You feel it in your stomach growing slightly warm, but there are no ill effects.
I'm always warm. A strict 94 degrees Fahrenheit of dry heat.
I'm gonna swig it in one gulp.
Okay.
Try to get through it as quickly as possible.
Okay.
After having a few drinks, I think are there others in the tap room with us?
Yes, there are soldiers and the townsfolk.
As we have a few drinks, Desperado starts like banging his cup on the table and starts into like an elven drinking song, but it's in pure Elvish, and I'm sure no one understands. But I'm like trying to get everyone to start singing along, and he's totally into it.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably sounds beautiful, but you have no idea what he's saying.
Falafel waffle.
There are a couple of
pound cake.
tables of what appear to be refugees from the city itself, And of course, Nimnaya Law is has a large population of elves.
Nice.
So a fair number of them actually join your drinking game.
Nice. Yeah, he just like at one point he's probably standing on the table, like, flinging his hands around, doing some sort of like elven jig, and trying to rouse everyone to follow along. And then as I see the elves kind of put on, I'll like point them out and like, yeah, for sure, just trying to bring some life to an otherwise dreary time for these people.
Sure, and they've had enough to drink to enjoy this and take part.
Nice.
Actually, we've talked about this before, I think. Desperado, I'm going to challenge you to a drinking game.
Oh,
okay.
I'm going to join. Hold on.
I don't know how you do this, but I'm in.
I'm in.
This is like a dwarven drinking game.
Sure.
All right.
right. So,
do you have something in mind, Joel, or should I set?
No, please, yeah.
I think it would be easiest to just make constitution checks against each other, or rather to compare to one another.
Is it a con save or just a con check?
Check.
we're all fairly decent at this.
Yeah, not bad.
All right. I guess I'll start us off with a. Oh.
Come on, buddy.
No.
With a 1.
The spores are settling bad.
Oh, shoot, I rolled with advantage. Sorry, 18. I'll turn advantage off.
The spores are bad.
You might win this. Yeah, 12.
Elves drink dwarves and orcs under the table all day. And then Desperado gets up on the table and starts the song over again.
The elves cheer you as you defeat Cyrus in the drinking competition. Durian drops out pretty early.
I take like a couple of sips and I just feel a churning in my stomach. I'm like, oh no, and I leave the tavern for a little bit.
You'll be all right.
I'm having a bad reaction.
As Silverado gets drunk, or Desperado gets drunk, the accent gets thicker. He's trying to like thin it out to make it more intelligible for you when you're communicating. But as he's drinking, it just like the words just slur together.
Like they do.
But
Well,
and then eventually I will retire.
The locals and the guard are all having a good time through the evening, and you're all able to take rest over the course of the night. And when Shograflees returns in the morning with the light, you're all awakened, fairly early. And at that, I think we should wrap up the adventure for this evening. And we'll continue next time with your guys' plan to return to Tidepool Tavern to make use of the teleportation circle and teleport to Buru Nakano Tower. Okay.
Nice, guys.
Sounds good.
Good game, guys.
Right.
Until next time,
Thanks,
the
Ben.
adventure continues.
That was great, Ben. Thanks.